I'm going to jump around here. We're going to go out to the front. If you saw my other video, you saw a couple sprinklers out there that need some attention. So onward, Joe. Let's go. I'm bringing you out front because we're gonna do a little bit of work around this tree. And Linda, you brought up an interesting question. What was it?
Yeah, about the investment that we have in our big trees and our landscaping, and how we wouldn't want to lose it just because we're not getting the water to it.
Oh, look at the rabbit.
Where?
Oh, he just went in the bush over there at your neighbor's.
Was it a cottontail?
Yeah, it was a little cottontail.
Yeah.
You said you'd seen some the other
And
day,
it's
huh?
The babies are
Yeah.
out right now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you were concerned. You weren't sure if this tree was getting enough water because there's some little pink flowers that are supposed to show up and some other things. And she's got the same type of tree over here. And yes.
It just doesn't look like it flowered out this year.
I'd hate for you to lose those. So it's very vital that when you go around your trees, you want to turn your irrigation system on, and you want to make sure your bubblers are going, and you identify where your bubblers are, because the bubblers could be kinked. Maybe, remember we saw that one in your backyard? It was all twisted up. Or it could be underneath the ground. Remember we saw that too. Well, so that's another one of your chores I'm giving you to do. You're going to look around your big trees and see here. We see that there's an actual pipe there.
I see a bubbler.
And it's right there. So that bubbler.
And I don't feel that it's wet.
Okay, well.
I had it on this morning, but there's slight moisture.
Yeah.
But I'm not feeling a whole heck of a lot
and see, so I'm going to have you do some other checking. See, here's another line. Be careful with that.
Not to pull it.
It might, I'm not sure exactly which way it goes.
I have bubblers everywhere here, but no wetness.
You're going to check all this stuff out. And then we can make an intelligent decision on exactly where bubblers are, where they aren't, and all that. Because that's the last thing you want. Is just because you've got a drip irrigation system does not mean that all the heads are running properly. And this will educate you as to where all your bubblers are and all that kind of stuff. So that next time you need to check on them, you can. All right? So you ready to do this? Well,
yeah.
I'm going to show you how to relocate the heads around this tree.
All right.
So here we got a sprayer here. And this sprayer is controlling this tree and this bush. We don't need that anymore, do we?
No.
So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to run a flag dripper here, 2 gallons per hour. And they say that's good enough for most bushes and trees. Now if you got any question about that, you can go to a hardware store. They might have 3 or 4 gallon per hour drippers, or you could put 2 on here. You could put one here and one over here, let's say. Okay, but we're gonna, and in fact we're gonna do something kind of like that. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna put a dripper here, and I'm gonna run one back. I'm gonna place it right about here. This is kind of going downhill. This dripper will get the water going this way for this plant, and it will also get some of the tree roots here, okay?
Okay.
So, let's see what I'm going to do here. Maybe I should get you to relocate the camera so you can see this, huh? Not quite sure exactly where this goes. I want to try to be careful as much as I can. Here, you see this? See where this line goes? It goes that direction. Get my bark out of the way. Man, this one's going pretty far too, isn't it?
Now, is that white hose indicate a different size or anything other than the color?
No, I'm not sure why they ran white. Most of the time I've seen this only in black, but they must have went to the store and they must have come up with some white once upon a time. Okay. So instead of cutting it over here, I'm going to cut it back here, right here, and I'm going to put a T. Because see, I'm going to put a a T this way,
Okay.
and I'm going to continue this pipe.
Okay.
Let's get my things out here. That's the thing with working with bags. You got to be careful when you pick them up so that you don't spill everything. I should probably have all that in a box, let's say. Okay. I'm gonna hold that on there. Twist it on. Remember, there's your T. I got one going that way and one coming this way. Before I do that, I'm gonna take this, and instead of just trying to pull it off like I was saying, I can do that because I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to use, and guess what? I am going to use that. Why not? So far, how much of that 100 foot have we used? See, now I can pull that little piece off.
Yeah.
I've got this all set up for something else in the future. Okay? You may never need that again, but you never know. Okay? Now I can kind of straighten this to a certain extent. It's been kind of curled up a lot.
Can we change it out for black?
Do you want it black? Because what I was going to
What do
do
you
was kind of
think?
cover it up.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you want it black, I could put a black piece.
No, if it's going to be covered like you always do, then
Yeah.
hey, white is perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I got plenty here. So I'm going to use just a little piece of this and go this direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right in there. Cut that right there. I'm gonna push that. I'm gonna check this little piece. That was not perfectly straight. I'm gonna straighten that out. Like that. And I got my flag dripper here. You know what a flag dripper is now,
I
don't you?
do.
This is a 2 gallon per hour. That means every hour this is gonna come out 2 gallons, but you're not going to have your system on for 2 hours. And they have these flag drippers for an hour or two, I think. You just have to go to the store and you'll find all kinds of cool little things.
And you know that's a 2 gallon per hour because of the green color.
Well, no,
Is that right?
not necessarily. I just looked on the bag and it said 2 GPH, and that's gallons per hour.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold that there. And that's why you want your tips cut fairly square so you can push enough on there. Okay. And I think I'm going to twist that so it's facing up this way rather than downhill. I mean, I could do it either way. Okay. Before I mess with trying to put this in the dirt, I don't want to because I get this T in there and I don't want any dirt inside my T. It can plug up the ends. And that's another reason when you get all done with your system, you're going to want to turn your drip irrigation on, make sure that all these are running properly. Okay. I know I'm giving you lots of information, but it will all make sense once you start doing stuff like this on your own. And you know, I was going to have you do some work on video, but you know what? I'm stretched for time today. I'm going to have you do some of the work on your own, and next time I come here,
Come back and
you're going to show me your newfound knowledge. How about that?
that sounds good.
Okay.
That's a square
Now-
deal.
Just mimicking this, and I've twisted this because I can twist it right here.
Okay.
I'm going to hold that about like that, and I think I'm going to keep it right about here. What do you think?
I think that's good. It's
Awesome.
on the uphill side.
Okay, cut that. I'm going to save this. See, we haven't done a lot. It's not rocket science we're doing here.
Right.
I'm getting another one of my flag drippers. I'm going to put that on this end. Hold it hard. Hold your mouth just right and twist it in. Make sure it gets pushed in all the way. And this flag, you can have it directed the same angle as that, and after you turn on the system, if you think you want it turned down a little bit, you can try to turn the flag a little bit, and see, you can turn it. it's like you can turn it all the way around. So I'm not sure how much you can adjust it. You might be able to turn it halfway, and it might drip out a little bit less. You'll just have to play with that, and we'll have to check that out next time. For right now, I'm going to have them faced all straight, okay, like that. Okay, now I want that angled this way, so I just can take the end and just swivel it, that's all. So I want that up out of there, and what we could do is we could put that on a stand. I don't think we really need a stand, you know, that standoff pipe. You could do that.
Now, when would you put it on a stand versus burying it?
I don't know. I mean, most of the time I don't do any stands at all, just because it costs money.
Right.
And it's not really needed. I mean, if you were doing this first time, let's say, you could put a stand, then that way when you put all your bark down, you know that this isn't going to be down below the bark. It's going to be kind of pooched up.
Sure.
Let's say it's going to be up like that, just enough. And it's going to be up inside your plant or whatever. Your bark's going to cover most of it. But you could also leave it like this, and then as you put your bark down, you can feel for this and kind of lift it up out of the bark. You know.
You'd know where it was.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. And, you know, probably if I want this to be down, I can just put it under. I probably should have threaded that before I put the end on, but I didn't.
How do you mean threaded it?
Thread it. Just put it underneath the root. See that root? That's going to kind of hold it down, right?
Sure.
Okay. And again, we can put this dirt down. If you have any little rocks, you can do that before you put your new bark in. If you're not going to put any more bark, and if you're loose, if you're shy some, you can kind of dig it up from underneath your plants a little bit or something, and then sprinkle some bark on here. But you're a little shy here. I'm not really going to be too particular at this point, but I do want that down.
Yeah.
Now here I've got my extra bark, and I've got this one pooched up, and I'm angling that. I can angle that way. I know these tree roots are coming this way anyway, so I don't have to really be too concerned about that one. I can have it just pooch straight up.
Okay.
Whatever, knowing that that's going to be hidden and it's going to be out of the way. Okay.
Beautiful work, VideoJoe.
Yeah, just do a little cleanup. Here, get some of the roots out. And look, my pants are fairly clean still. They're not all mucky. I can do that. I've just got the end coming up out of there. Nice. No white pipe now, huh?
Beautiful.
There.
I'm very happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Onward.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I want my trees to live through this drought. I have no idea where I'm at with my tree watering, so I feel so much better that we're going to be okay now with VideoJoe on the job and next me on the job.
Okay, I'm going to leave you with all the tools. You don't hardly need any tools at all, and all the fittings. Now I'm going to let you go at it for a while, okay? And I'm going to check back with you after a couple days, and then we're going to clean up a little bit. You can have all your questions ready for me at that point, and we'll do a little bit of a once-over in certain areas until you feel 100% comfortable.
I want you to have a really blessed day.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay?
Thank you.
So now, with your newfound knowledge, I want you to save some money. You up for it?
I'm up for it.
All right.
The money I save, I'll get it barked, rebarked.
Hey, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.
Ciao.